Okay, so now I have made it to the place where I'm going to try to make my final decision for my topic idea. So to do this, I'm going to go back a slide to where I filled in I narrow down my choices. So I have my 6 topics over here on the left side. And I'm going to look for something that's probably going to show up in at least 2 of my columns. So the first one that pops out to me here is food and drink. I know a lot about it already. I found a lot of research. I'm super passionate about learning about it. So I'm going to go back now to this slide and I'm going to just add in, for right now, my topic idea is going to be food and drink. And I'm going to go through this checklist and see if I'm able to check all these boxes. So the first one, I have enough time to research this topic. I feel like I can check that box because I know quite a bit about it already. When I did my searching, a lot of different stuff popped up for food and drink, so I think I'm okay with that box. Second box, I have enough background information to understand my research, or I have adult support to guide me through things I don't understand. So this would be definitely a check mark for me as well. I think that I'm going to be able to understand the information that's being talked about. And so I think I can check that. Third, I have access to materials necessary to conduct my research. Ooh, okay. Well, this one might be tricky because if I'm gonna do food or baking or people's preferences with how food tastes, I'm not gonna be able to make food and give it to people. I'm probably not gonna be able to deliver food. I'm not gonna be able to have people make the food themselves. So I don't think actually that I can check this box. So let's go to the fourth box. I'm interested or passionate enough to stick with it for a month. Definitely would check that box, but okay, so I can't check all 4 of my boxes. It says at the bottom, if I didn't check all 4, I might want to rethink my topic. It also says down here that I could talk to my teacher. So I talked to my teacher, and my teacher agreed with me that food might be a tricky one to do, especially right now with COVID and social distancing. So I'm actually just going to go back. That didn't work for me. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to look at some more of the topics that I picked. And just scanning through here, I see that lying and lie detectors actually showed up in all 3 of my columns. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to maybe try that instead and see if that would work. So lying and lie detectors. So I have enough time to research this topic. I have over a month, so again, I think that that would be a check in my box. Enough background information to understand research on this topic or adult help. Again, as I was looking through the information that I found in my research, I feel like I understood it. It's nothing that's too complicated for me to understand what they're talking about, so I feel like that'd be a check as well. Access to materials necessary to conduct my research. This one might be tricky again. So I don't know, like, do I need a lie detector? Because if I need a lie detector test to do anything with this, I feel like I might not be able to do it. So I'm actually going to stop for a minute and I'm going to go check in with my teacher to see if my teacher thinks that I would be able to do this one. Okay, so after checking in with my teacher helped me to see that I wouldn't necessarily need a lie detector test. And with all of the video conferencing and the virtual meetings that are available to me, that I think I could pretty easily, with the help of my teacher, set something up where we're doing a Google Meet or a Zoom meeting and asking certain people to maybe lie and asking others to look for clues and figuring out why they're lying or figure out how they know they're lying. So actually, my teacher helped me to see that I can check this box. All right, and then the last one, I'm interested or passionate enough in this topic to stick with it for at least a month. I definitely think this is something that I could get really into, so I'm going to check that box too. Okay, so now that I have all 4 boxes checked, I have my topic idea, lying and lie detectors. The last thing I want to do is maybe focus that just a little bit more. So I'm going to go back a couple slides to where I had all my information about lying and lie detectors and just kind of skim through that and think about these things and think about what I talked about with my teacher and see if I can come up with a more focused idea that I want to research having to do with lies. So based on what my teacher told me and what I have here, some things about like what happens in our brains when we lie, are there certain things that people do subconsciously when they lie? I'm going to go back to this slide and I'm just going to focus this a little bit more. And instead of just saying that I want to do lying and lie detectors, I'm going to say that I want to research and study different ways to detect if a person is lying. I feel like this is really interesting. I feel like I would be able to, with the help of my teacher, create an experiment using a Google or a virtual meeting to gather some research on this, and this is what I'm going to go with.